Be blessed by the divine. May the Almighty force and our Guru protect us, guide us, lead us, support us day and night at all times, in all places, and in all our duties. Good afternoon, folks. We did expect the market to be bearish today. However, that did not materialize today. We have been doing research in the market for quite some time now, and we have been sharing this information with our students community. And as you know, that we have had about 80% accuracy in our correlations so far. But there are, of course, a 20% correlation that still fails. We still don't know why, and I'm continuing to do the research on this. So today, we did mention that the market was going to be sell on rise. Okay, when I said that moon in Shravana Nakshatra, which was what it was today until 12:40 p.m. or so today, we expected the market to be somewhat sluggish, right? The sentiment will be bearish sentiment. Does not mean that the market will be bearish. I have mentioned this also. It does not mean that the market will be bearish, but the sentiment will be somewhat sluggish, bearish. However, I did expect a good fall today. Now, that did not materialize. It did not materialize. Okay. It happens. There are 20% of the time when our prediction, our expectations rather, do not come true, right? I must admit that this is an open research area, so still continuing the research. We still have to make a lot of progress in it, but we have made significant progress. The fact that we have seen the market doing extremely well for so long, we expected the market to continue to be bullish, but that is a little silly thing to expect. Today, if you look at the, let's go to the hourly time frames, more meaningful for us to look at it. Now look at the sluggishness of today's market. The market started today with 74 points up. Of course, I also expected the market to have a gap down opening. The gap down opening didn't happen. But then, if you watch the first 10 minutes of the day, if you watch the first 10 minutes of the day, let's just go to the 3 minutes chart and then let's go to 9:15. So here it is. So when 9:15 it opened, the market opened at 24,185, went to 24,201 and came down all the way to 24,105. Yesterday's market closure was at 24,121. So today the market at 9:15 candle, this is a 3 minutes candle that I'm showing you, came down to 24,105, came down slightly below, about 20 points, 15 points below, but close pretty much at the same level as yesterday. But the next 3 minutes candle went all the way down to 24,072. And I expected this kind of a gap down opening at the 9:15 candle itself. Fair enough. It did arrive at the 9:18, but then it saw a good support. Buying support came in instantly and the market rallied. But it didn't rally too much. It remained pretty much sluggish during the day. There was, of course, this 9:51 candle, which was a 30-point fall, but that also quickly recovered and it moved practically sideways around 11:20. Again, it fell 30 points. Again, at 11:33, it fell 30 points. That also quickly recovered in the next candle, recovered. And finally, when the market closed, it did close around. We did see that at around 12:45 or so. Nothing really spectacular happened in the market. From 12 o'clock itself, the market has been slightly down, but again, nothing to really bother about. The last candle of, however, was a good 31-point fall that has happened, the very last candle. So the market closed at practically a flattish level of 8.5 8.5 points above 850, above 0.04% above yesterday. That again, nothing great to really write home about. Now, if you look at Sensex, pretty much Sensex did the same thing. Sensex also did the same drama. And then finally, it closed at 0.08% up than yesterday, 60 point. Again, nothing really much to bother about. The reason why all of this drama was taking place was because of this bank nifty. Banking stocks were doing reasonably well. It actually went up by about 1.2, 1.3%, and then started falling subsequently, closed at around 254 points. Obviously, a profit booking or whatever you want to call it, you can call it. So it did reach that level. So if you look at the equity returns for the day, so some of the stocks that did extremely well are IIFL, which went about 5.37%. Dixon went up, Max Health, Phoenix, Colpal, Burge Paint, MGL, Crompton, pretty much all of this, SJVN, Prestige, Tata Tech, all of this went up 3% or above. Okay. Now, if you look at the index contribution today, Nifty 50, 18 of the 50 stocks ended in positive. And as you can see, our darling of the stock market, HDFC Bank, really dragged the market up. You can see that it contributed to about 48 point out of the 121 point, whereas 31 actually did not end up positive, with the another darling of the market, which has been getting beaten up fairly regularly, Infosys dragged by about 21 points. Reliance also went down by about 9 points, actually went down by 0.5%, and Infosys went down by 1.86%. L&T also went down. They're all heavyweight stocks. And Wipro is also down by about 1.85%. The IT stocks have been getting beaten up today. Some of the banking stocks, maybe because of profit taking, like Axis Bank, for instance, went down by 0.64%. Then we have seen Indus Inc. Indus Inc. Bank has been up and down, up and down, up and down. So now we'll talk about it later on. But other than that, the three most important banks, ICICI, Kotak, and HDFC Bank, all of them have been reasonably up. In fact, if you look at Kotak Bank, Kotak actually went up by approximately 1%, and our HDFC Bank went up by 1.52%. So these are the stocks that have been trying to bring the market up. So this candle here could be minor correction that happened, adjustment that is happening for tomorrow. We don't know what is the reason why this is happening, but nevertheless, this is there. Now, how do we take a trade based on this whole concept of astrology and the triple screen trading system? First, let me tell you about the Dr. Alexander Elder's triple screen trading system. Alexander Elder's triple screen trading system. So you can do Google of this. You can find his books. There are two beautiful books. Come into my trading room is one book. I will share the audio of this book. You can do Google of this, and you can find perhaps the book available in Amazon. I highly encourage you to purchase this book. This is a beautiful book if you're interested in getting into trading. And he is a psychologist. Dr. Alexander Elder is a psychologist, a psychiatrist, if I'm not wrong. He is a PhD. He's basically, I think, from Russia, but settled in the United States, and he is now a full-time trader. He is a full-time trader. And the beautiful book where he talks about how he makes money, he is basically a momentum trader. That means he picks an instrument that is trending and rides the wave as long as the momentum remains strong, and exits when either the momentum weakens or reverses. When the uptrending momentum changes to downtrending, he comes out of the stock, and that could take several weeks, it could be months, it could be days, it doesn't matter, whatever it is. And he is basically trading in futures. He is a futures trader, right? Very beautiful book, and I want you to read it. So, what does it really mean? Okay, first, on the, let us say, what is your favorite time frame? Let's take Nifty. Let's take Nifty 50. So you want to do futures on Nifty 50. Let's say you want to buy futures, or do you want to buy options, or whatever it may be, right? Or F and O. Like, let's say this is your trade interest. This is what you want to do, right? It doesn't matter. You can change the Nifty 50 index with Reliance also, or it can be anything that you want. I'm just going to take Nifty 50 for all practical purposes. Okay, for consistency purposes, we've been taking that. So first screen, let us say you want to do this on momentum trading. You want to do, you want to hold it and you want to keep making money out of it. Let's say you want to invest in Nifty Bs, which is also kind of a index fund that you can just put your money in Nifty Bs. As the Nifty goes up, you will continue to make money. Say you want to do momentum trading on this. First, analyze the trend in weekly chart. Okay, decide, is it up or down or ranging? What is a trend? Is there a trend that we see in Nifty 50? Second, wait. Once you decide, wait for the volatility or oscillator to favor your entry. That means if trend is up, wait for oversold on daily chart. Okay, entry in daily chart. Put it like this. It has to become oversold. For example, RSA. How do you decide trend? Example I'm giving you, but there are many ways to doing it. MACD is one of them. MACD is not really a trend, but I will say you say MA crossover. 2050 crossover, it can be 50-100 crossover, it can be 50-200 crossover, whatever it may be, MA 2050. Another one is the DMI. DMI is basically directional movement index, particularly ADX, DI plus, and DI minus combination. This is my favorite indicator. I use this particular indicator. Okay, now on the smaller time frame, wait for oversold condition. Weekly trend is up, but the daily oscillation has come to a oversold. That means there is a pullback in the shares and the market is falling on a daily time frame. For instance, today the market has slightly fallen down. It's not really gone up, practically sideways, 8 points. Doesn't show that the momentum is continuing. Every day it has been going up by 0.51, 1.25, 0.5%. But suddenly one day it doesn't even move a needle. So that means that the RSI is cooling off. For example, RSI goes below 30. You can do stochastic. If it is stochastic, you should wait for it to go below 20. Okay, that is when it becomes oversold. Now, should we take an entry? No. Wait for bullish reversal candle in 1 hour time frame. Okay, so this is a candlestick pattern study. You wait for it. That means what? Weekly, the stock is up. Daily, the stock is getting beaten down. That means there is a pullback, allowing you to enter. And on an hourly, we are seeing the trend beginning to reverse back to the weekly trend. Again, it is becoming bullish. Okay, if the trend is up, that is, if the weekly trend is up, I'm just taking weekly trend as being up. Okay, now for a weekly trend up, MA20 should be above MA50. That is when it is golden crossover. If the 50 is above, 20 is below, then it is death crossover. The ADX should be above 25 for a strong trend. ADX should be above 25 for a strong trend. But remember, the trend can be bearish trend or bullish trend. Therefore, we should check DI positive. DI positive should also be above 25 and DI minus should be below 20. This is when there is a confirmation that there is a very strong bullish momentum. All of this may sound very complicated for a novice. So what do? You take whatever chart that you want, whichever stock that you want, whichever index that you want. Go to you can use Trading View. I'm just using OA Pulse. It's a very nice tool. And I marked a lot of these resistance levels and things like that, which is easy for me to keep track of. So I'm doing this in my own thing. And you can just you can just save the chart. Okay. So down, make sure that you have your MA crossover 2050. So remember, I'm using 2050 for consistency purposes. And make sure that you have the RSI also marked. Make sure that you have your DMI also marked. Now, the settings I will just quickly show you that I use. You can use whatever setting that you think is correct. I use the 20 period moving average for short and long is 50 period moving average. And and these are the colors that I use. I use green for short, I use yellow for long, and blue for crossover. Okay, and we are seeing a crossover here. And what kind of a crossover is that? The 50 period moving average is at 23,927. The 20 period moving average is 23,317. That means this is a death crossover. Okay, but again, if you see your the DMI here, let's just quickly look at the DMI setting here. The input that I use is 14 length, ADX smoothing is 14, and I don't care about the DX and the ADXR. I'm only interested in ADX and DI plus and DI minus. And what is the ADX showing? ADX is showing 29.92. That means it is a pretty strong trend. What trend? DI minus is 30.69. DI plus is 15.82. That means that the market is still on a weekly time frame, a bearish trend. Let me write this here for you. ADX is about 29.9228. So this is a strong trend. Strong trend. Okay, this is a trending stock. Right. But what trend? If I look at DI minus, DI negative is actually 30.6947. So this is a bearish trend. The DI plus is at 15.8212. Again, confirmation of bearish trend. So on a weekly time frame, Nifty is still bearish. But momentum is reversing. We are seeing that the momentum is reversing. If you look at the candlesticks here, the candlesticks for the last 3 weeks has been pretty strong. Fair enough. We are seeing the last 3 weeks, there is a momentum changing that is happening there. So we have noted that point. Now you go to the daily chart. Again, you can just click and save this chart. Let's assume I already saved it, so I don't want to save it again. And we are seeing from the pure candlestick performance price action, we are seeing a good trend that we are seeing on the daily time frame. Let's confirm it with the MA moving average crossover. Now, if you look at the moving average here, we have actually had a crossover right here. Pretty much a crossover happened here, close to a crossover here, where the 20 period moving average went up and the 50 period moving average is continuing to go up, but slightly below that. Okay. So now we are seeing that as of today, on the daily trend, we are seeing the 20 period moving average 20 MA is at 23,296.75 and the 50 moving average is about 22,999.06, and both on the weekly time frame and on the daily time frame, Nifty is far above the 20 or the 50 period moving average. So there is a trend that is beginning to uh, build in Nifty. Now, what about the DMI? The DMI, if you look at the DMI, ADX particularly, we are looking at ADX as 44.0158, which is a strong trend. It's a super strong tongue. Anything above 25 is super strong trend. Okay. So if you look at Nifty here, above 2050, way above. So that means it is a new trend is getting formed here. But let's look at DI positive. The DI positive says that it is 225243. It is indecisive. Okay. There is really no trend that we are seeing as of today on the daily time frame. So can we continue to hold the Nifty for a swing trade? Can we go long? No. If you look at this, it is indecisive. Okay, so this is a strong trend. But then on what basis it is a strong trend? Nobody is sure. There is some trend coming up. And those who know candlestick will tell you that this is almost a doji. Okay, slightly tending to be a bearish candlestick, not a very strong negative candlestick, but certainly we are seeing that this is not a bullish candlestick for sure. So let's write that down also. Okay, so on the daily time frame, the closure candlestick today, okay, appear to be indecisive. All of this showing on the daily time frame, Nifty is indecisive. No idea what Nifty is going to do tomorrow. We can neither go long nor can we short this particular stock at this point of time. Now let's look at the hourly time frame. Since there is absolutely no trend that is possible here, there is no point in looking at the hourly chart. But however, if you look at the hourly chart, even though from around 11:15 or so, Nifty has been losing its momentum quite a bit. It is still at a positive DX, ADX, and DI positive is 53, DI negative is only 13.94, ADX is 41, and we are seeing the MA 20 cross is way above the MA 50. All of these are good. These are all extremely good signs for a trending stock. Now, you can manually do this analysis, or you can do this through chat GPT. I have done this, I'm just showing you how to do this. What you do is you take your weekly chart. Okay, you take your weekly chart and upload it to chat GPT. You need a paid account for this. You can't do this. You can do up to, I think, one analysis per day free of cost, but after that it'll ask you to pay. It's a $20 per month. If you are a regular trader, it's a very nice thing to do. And then you enter, you also upload the daily time frame chart. So you take the weekly, you take the daily, and you take the hourly. And then you use my prompt, and I will share this on WhatsApp. The prompt essentially is based on the Nifty 50 index of 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week time frame. Give me a consolidated trade setup containing important price points, technical indicators, and other observations using Dr. Alexander Yelder's triple screen trading system. I've also said, give me any other popular trading system that you have. So you can program it the way you want it. You like MACD, you can go ahead and upload MACD. Now, ChatGPT will analyze the whole thing. Okay, it will look at the RSI, it will look at the DMI, it will look at the moving averages. And this, I have done it as of 22nd of April 2025, and whatever charts that I've shown you. Okay, on the first screen, weekly time frame, trend identification, price action, strong bullish candle on a weekly candle, closing at 24,167.25, near the weekly high of 24,242.60. Strong uptrend confirmed by a bullish close above 2050 moving average. 2050 moving average, this is the 20 period moving average. This is the 50 period moving average. The price, of course, closed way above that. Okay, you can see that the this is way above this. However, the RSI, which is an oscillator, which will tell us if it is above 70, then this is near or little above overbought condition. Okay. And we have seen this. We have seen DX here. We have seen EDI here. We have seen ADX here. And we are seeing a low strength of a trend, but directional shift may be underway. So you really don't have to do any interpretation. It'll automatically interpret it. So a weekly trend, uptrend is confirmed. The system suggests looking for long entries only. Don't go short in the market and then call Krish Murli, put it in the chat window, sir. I hold a PE based on what you predicted, sir. The market is not going my favor, sir. What do I so I hold, sir? Now that is where the problem is. Please understand, when I am giving you the astrological indicator of what I'm doing, I'm not telling you to go ahead and take a trade. You have to use a very powerful trading system of your own that works for you. The triple screen trading system works for me. It doesn't work, it may not work for other people. Whatever system that works for you, MACD works for you, good. You want to do Fibonacci, go ahead and use Fibonacci. You want to do any other system, you want to do William R percentage, you do William R percentage. Whatever works for you, you use your trading system. But combine that with what I have given you. If your trading setup shows go long, and I am telling you astrologically, today it will be a, what did I tell you? It will be sell on rise market. Precisely what happened today. Okay. However, I did expect the market to fall. It did not happen. It did not happen. That's fine. That's my expectation. But astrologically, I knew that this was a sell on rise market. My personal perception is I expected the market to fall. That is me, right? Krish Murli Ishwar as a person is expecting that. Astrologically, we have seen that about 80% of the time it had indeed fallen on a day like this. But today it did not happen. That can happen 20% of the time. Today is one of those exceptions, which is why it is important for me to teach you how to actually take a trade based on both. So my astrological prediction says, our system says that today is sell on rise. Your technical analysis says that you can actually go long. Don't do that. Don't do that. You wait. Both have to match. Astrologically, it should show that today is going to be an uptrending day. Okay. Technically, it should show today is going to be an uptrending day. Then you can take a trade on the long side. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. Okay. On the daily time frame, we have to study the oscillator for entry. Okay. We are deciding that a long entry is meaningful. But could we have gone long today? Extremely overbought, 80.57. And we are seeing a positive trend, but we do not see a strong trend. It is gaining strength, 22.52, but I don't see a strong trend here. Not only that, we need a pullback or we need a consolidation. Okay, we need a pullback. The RSI has to cool down, has to cool down on daily time frame. Okay, on weekly trend is bullish on Nifty, but daily RSI has to cool down. It is above 80 today. It needs to come down to below 30 for us to consider going long on Nifty. Okay, so please understand that's exactly what this is showing here. Even though in astrologically also we do not see that the market is going to be bullish. It is sell on rise. So either they is going to consolidate at this level or it is going to fall. A fall is kind of imminent as we know. And I have been telling you about this till Monday of next week, 28th of April 2025. I will not want to go long on Nifty at all. Okay. Astrologically, I don't want to go long. Will I go short? That's entirely up to you. That's entirely up to you. Okay. But take a look at the moving averages. This is also way above. The current price is way above the 20 period moving average, a 20-day moving average, and the 50-day moving average. Again, a bullish bias is seen, but we need to see a pullback. We need to see a pullback, but we are having a bullish bias on Nifty based on the 2050 average. Now take a look at the hourly chart. On the hourly chart, we see RSI at 43.36. So the price has been flat to slightly negative in the last 1 hour candle. And we are seeing, however, a continued strong signal. But what does it mean? It means the price is correcting after a strong rally. Okay, so the price correction has started on the hourly candle, just like we wanted. We expected the market to pull back. It needs to fill that gap that it has left from 22,900. Okay, there is a huge gap between 22,900 and 23,400. This gap has to be filled by Nifty. Will it fill? There had been cases where it has not filled at all. So eventually it will fill. Will it help? Will it fill this week? Will it fill after next month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months? I don't know. Somewhere it has to come back and fill this gap. But we are clearly seeing that the market price correction has started. Then you write down your key price levels. What are we seeing? Now you see this. There is a 23,300. Watch for retest in case for pullback of 23,300, an important number. for you to look at. 23,869 was a double top that got formed between 25th of May. So this will act as a resistance. Because the price is at 24,242.60 as the highest price. It's around 2,400, 170, 160, 150 at this point of time. So therefore, when it comes down to 23,869, there is going to be a resistance there. And if Nifty breaks that, then the next significant resistance is going to be 23,300. This is where the big resistance is. And the final resistance will be 2300 to 23,150. And there is, of course, there are many support zones that are there. One is at 2405 to 24,072, 23,869, 23,402, and then finally 2300 to 23,150. These are all going to act as resistance for us. Okay. Now, based on that, we will look at what do we do. We have a long bias on Nifty, but we have to wait for the RSI to nip near 4050. I won't wait for 4050. I will wait for RSI to go below 30. Okay, 40 to 50 is no trade zone. It's an indecisive zone. RSI 40 to 50 on the daily time frame will be no trade zone. So you can apply the same logic for weekly, daily, hourly, or daily, hourly, 15 minutes, or hourly, 15 minutes, 3 minutes. Essentially, it's important for us to look at the three beautiful screen time frame. And what is the target we are looking at? The first target we are looking at, if we go long, we will enter long above 24,550 and a stop loss below 23,850 and a target of 23,242 and a second target of 24,400. But remember, we have to keep the stop loss very tight because RSI is overheated. So currently, we can't really go too high in the market. We can't go long because it is reached the top and from there it is coming down. Okay. And we are seeing a good strong support of April 3 to April 4. Many gap zones are there. And every time it'll come and fill that gap, it'll become a super strong support for you to go long on Nifty. Okay, guys. So I hope this is useful for you. I hope this information is highly beneficial for you. I am not telling you to go long in the Nifty. I am not telling you that this is the correct thing to do. I am not telling you which is the right thing to do. It is entirely up to you to decide which is the correct thing to do. And you please talk to an investment advisor of your own. But I do think that the price correction has started. I expected as a person, as a researcher, as an enthusiastic of this financial astrology system on the Indian stock market, I did expect the stock market to start the correction today, but then, the Sensex expiry probably, and um, not a very strong negative uh, bearish signifier for moon. Moon, if it is conjoined with planets, then we know that the market will be highly bearish. But today, that was not the case at all. And that day will come. That day will come. When will it come? Today, it is 22nd. Then tomorrow, when the market opens, it will open with moon in Mars, and no planet is opposing moon. Okay, again, there is clearly no solid support for moon. However, moon will continue to be in Dhanishta Nakshatra, which is a Mars Nakshatra. We have seen moon do two extremes whenever it is in Mars Nakshatra. Either it has gone up by 0.5, 0.7%, and it has fallen down by 0.7, 0.8%. Both it has done. So I cannot tell you 100% what the market is going to do tomorrow, but uh, considering that moon is pretty weak tomorrow, I again expect it to be a sell on rise market tomorrow. I do not expect it to be a buy on dip market tomorrow. There will be some support, buying support. A lot of money waiting to be deployed in India. The retail money is waiting. The mutual funds are waiting. There are many people who are waiting to put money in India. FIIs have been continuously buying in the Indian market, but still not a planetary support. Strong support is not there. Again, by tomorrow, around let's say 12:45, 1 o'clock or so. So let's say 12:30 or so, moon will shift out into Sadabhisha Nakshatra, Rahu Nakshatra. Rahu is conjoined with two other malefic planets, Saturn and Venus. And traditionally, this has been pretty bad for Indian market. Okay, this is something that I will look for around 12:15, 12:30, maybe 12:15, I think is the time when I will look for something like this. Even before that, 12, maybe around 12 o'clock. Okay, let's go 12:01 just for argument purposes. There you go. Around 12:01, moon will be around the start of the Sadabhisha Nakshatra. Maybe by 11:55 itself, moon would have shifted into Sadabhisha Nakshatra. So I will take, no, not 11:55. I think 12 o'clock is when this is going to happen. So 12 noon is precisely when moon will be in Sadabhisha Nakshatra. So I will look for a trend kind of a setting at this particular point of time if the market has not been beaten down in the morning itself. I will certainly look for and I will wait for the market to start pulling down from tomorrow. Market has to pull down extremely overbought zone. We can see that very clearly. Not going to be a very strong support for us to go long, but the bias is still bullish. We need to wait for the RSI to cool, the oscillator to come down to 30 if you want a daily time frame. If you want to, let's say, buy Nifty futures or Nifty Bs, you really have to wait for the market to bring it down. Okay, then only we can go forward. Otherwise, it will not go forward at all. We have seen, Sushila, that whenever moon is in Dhanishta Nakshatra, tomorrow moon is not in Dhanishta Nakshatra. Today is in Manisha Nakshatra, tomorrow is not Mrigashira Nakshatra. Mrigashira Nakshatra usually does well. Mars Nakshatra usually does well. But typically, today is the start of a 9-day trend cycle. Okay, about 5 trading day trend cycle will start today, and it has not started positively. Moon from one nakshatra to another nakshatra will take a 9-day period for it to transit, 8-day period. That 8-day period has started today, and it has not started extremely positively for us. So I am not very hopeful that tomorrow the market will be a momentum giving thing. Yes, Jupiter is in Mrigashira Nakshatra, which is positive. Definitely that is positive, no doubt about it. Okay, but Mars itself is in Saturn Nakshatra, and Saturn is conjoined with Venus and Rahu. Okay, so that is not that is not good. We are definitely not seeing this as an extremely positive point for us. As long as Mars was in Jupiter Nakshatra, Jupiter was in Mars Nakshatra, we were pretty confident the market was going to keep going up, provided the Mercury was not retrograde, Venus was not retrograde, etc. So tomorrow at around 12 o'clock, moon will shift to Rahu Nakshatra. Rahu is in the grip of Saturn and Venus. And this conjunction has been bearish for the market. Okay. So I'm not very hopeful of tomorrow being a trend setting day in terms of a bullish uptrend. So I am certainly going to be very watchful. Again, no specific trade is recommended for you. You follow whatever system that you want and see how we can do that. Okay, right. Parimala, when we provide the charts to ChatGPT, minimum how many candles should be? That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Try, experiment, and see how it works. Okay, about 10, 15 candles are more than sufficient for to analyze, depending upon what chart you are looking at. You're looking at a weekly chart. I'll say about 20 candles is maximum that you need. About 10 candles, 12 candles is also sufficient. That gives you a 3 months trend, right? That's more than sufficient. Daily trend also 10, 20, 30, max 20 means you're talking 1 month of trend. So which is good. So you're taking a monthly trend. Again, take the last 1 year monthly trend and see how you can do it. So 10 to 20 candles is more than sufficient, Parimalaji. Okay, right. Now, Dattaram, any declination difference between Moon and Mars? Now, that doesn't matter. Declination difference doesn't matter. Declination angle matters. Okay. And I have given you many things where we have looked at how the market can um, behave based on the Moon declination. You have the data point also. We are trying to automate it, and hopefully we will come back with an online almanac for you to quickly refer and find out how Moon is going to behave in the next few days in terms of declination angle. Yes, Vishwanathan, I saw your gap up and down during midday. So um, I don't know why the market survived today, but definitely this is a manipulation that has happened today. This is a clear index expiry manipulation that has happened. Neeraj, the RSI setting is 5. Why am I taking 5? Very simple, boss. What am I looking at? I am looking at 1 hour chart, 1 day chart, 1 month chart, in 1 week chart, 1 week chart, and 1 month chart. There are 4 to 5 weeks in a month. There are 5 days in a week. There are 6 hours in there are 6 hours in a day. So I am getting 4 to 5. I will take only 4 to 5 RSI. You understand why I'm taking RSI as 5? I don't take RSI as 14. You can take RSI 14 also. No problem. You can take RSI 14 if you like, but it'll give you a slow entry. You will enter and exit slowly. This is a fast entry and exit. But this is much more reliable when you are analyzing a triple screen trading system because of this 4, 5, 4, 5, 6 combination, right? So therefore we take RSI 5. You can take anything that you want. And standard deviation ideally should be 0.7. Standard deviation 2 is very high. Standard deviation 1 is also slightly high. SD 0.7 to 1 will be ideal setting. Okay, any questions, guys, from any of you? Pankaj, would you like to add anything today?
So another one more thing is that future is been trading under discount price.
Ah, okay, I
That
didn't
is
notice
also
that.
a sign of bearish.
Okay, let's look at futures. No, here is the future. What is the future closed at? The future closed at 24,165. That's
So
right. That means there
Nifty
is
was
no hope.
41 points positive. Future for May is 22.70 point positive only instead of
Hmm,
41.70.
that's
For
right.
May
So
future, April
this is
future,
April future I'm showing you. Yeah, May futures also we can take a look at it. Right. Futures. I look at May futures. Yeah. Not really very positive. 24,291. That means people are not expecting the market to zoom up from today.
Yeah,
So it's not
future
a
next
very
month
highly
future buying
positive.
is stopped. Next
Correct.
expiry.
Next expiry, people are not buying futures. These are all signs that you can use. Very good point, Pankaj. Very good point. Okay, anyone else having any other? Yes, on Friday, we are going to see three planets conjoined. I am expecting a Diwali day that day. Fire cracking, firecrackers busting all over the place. 23, 24, 25, right? 25th April. Let's look at 25th April and let's look at 9:15 a.m. and let's go ahead and update this chart. There you go. Moon will begin the day with conjunction with both all three planets, Venus, Saturn, and Rahu, not doing good at all, not looking good at all for me. And I will certainly bet on Friday to be a super bearish day. Traditionally, that's how it has been. Again, don't trade based on what I'm telling you guys. Okay, use your technical analysis and decide. All right, Neeraj, any question?
One last thing, sir. So basically, these all rules in terms of, the one that you posted on the WhatsApp, but similarly, there would be other rules that, degrees to watch, 180 degrees, or what is the,
That's right.
yeah. So where will we, are we going to post those in the
Yes,
in the
I
area that
will.
we have?
I will give you a toolkit. Okay,
Yes, yes,
in
you're right.
our
The right
yeah,
word is toolkit.
in the
Toolkit is the
Astro Finance, Astro Finance WhatsApp group.
yes, sir.
Okay, right. You will receive it.
Okay, got it. Thank
Right?
you, sir.
We're also trying to build an almanac and hopefully we will finish it and we'll share it with you. So Friday is going to be a nice Diwali day. I hope you all are getting ready for this day. And Monday also is not looking good. I'll show you Monday just for your information in case you want to use this astrological information to plan your trade. 28th of April, Monday. Moon will be within 6 degree 40 degree minutes of sun. That's an Amavasya day. And moon will be in Venus nakshatra. Venus will continue to be in the grip of Saturn, very close to Rahu conjunction, just releasing Rahu conjunction on the day. But I still expect the day to be slightly weak for us. So Monday also is likely to be a weak day. Now, ma'am, I don't know whether you want to buy PE, sell CE. I don't know, whatever you want to do. Technically, you decide what is the best thing to do. But remember this, there is Nifty uptrend has started. Momentum is gaining on weekly. So remember that, do not forget this. So don't go short. Okay, so don't buy PE and then turn around and say, sir, I did not expect the PE to make money, make lose at all. So don't do that, right? Again, don't go long either. Why? Because the RSI is overbought on the lower time cycle. So you decide which is the right thing to do for Nifty, and same logic is applicable for all other stocks and all other instruments. Okay, just keep that in your mind, guys. So life will become easy if you follow this. Discipline will come in your approach of trading, and you will never lose money. Prahalad,
Namaste, Guruji.
namaste, sir.
I was trying to do some back testing of your concept which you taught us yesterday.
Sure.
I need a little enlightenment.
Yes.
It actually opened my brain, to various permutation combinations.
Mhm.
You mentioned that moon opposed by any planet is
Mhm.
bullish.
Normally, bullish sentiment doesn't mean market will be bullish. Again, you should understand the words that I'm using. We
Ah.
are deciding the sentiment.
Ah.
Okay, moon opposing any planet. The sentiment will be bullish sentiment. Doesn't mean that the market will be bullish.
Okay, sentiment.
It only means that it is a buy on dip day.
Okay. And
There'll
if
be buying support will come. Market will not fall on that day big time.
okay.
Okay, like today, for instance. This is a sell on rice day today. And that's exactly what happened.
Yes.
Precisely what happened. Okay, I predicted that today is going to be bearish sentiment day. Personally, of course, I expected the market to start falling from today. That didn't happen. That's okay. But astrologically, I know today is a sell on rice market. That is 100% true. Exactly what happened.
Mm.
So understand the difference between my personal feeling and perception and the actual astrological sentiment that we are talking about.
Okay. And if it is a conjunction, it is a bearish sentiment.
Yes. So if moon is conjoined with the planet, the sentiment will be bearish sentiment. This is an indicator. What we are giving you in the astrofinance course is a sentiment indicators. So this, I think, is the only lead indicator that is possible in the world. That's what I'm giving you. What I'm
Oh,
giving you is a lead indicator.
that.
Your RSI, your stochastic, your MACD, your MA cross, your William R percentage, the Gantt cycle, anything that you do, all of them are lag indicators. Nothing will tell you what is going to happen tomorrow. Only astrological sentiment will show you what is likely to happen tomorrow.
Okay, sir. And the third point which you mentioned was, I think the moon nakshatra, Rohini, Hasta, and Shravana, these three nakshatra,
Yeah,
sentiment will be bearish.
correct.
Okay,
Weak
got it.
sentiment. This is not really, it's be a sluggish,
Weak sentiment. Okay.
weak sentiment. That is, it may not be, it's not like it'll no confidence
Mhm.
on the day.
Okay.
Okay, that doesn't mean it'll be highly bearish, but yeah, it is likely to be sluggish on that day.
Okay.
Like today,
Ah.
really sideways movement today, right? The whole day,
Mhm.
right? Even though moon transited into Dhanishta Nakshatra by around 1240, 1245 or so, we did not see a fall that we wanted or expected today. That is clearly because the Sensex expiry,
Yeah.
thousands of crores of money is at play, so they don't want the market to fall
Yeah. Sir, similarly, if I extend this logic, can I say that all the three nakshatras whose lord is Mars, that is the Mrigashira, Chitra, and Dhanishta, it could be sluggish or
Not really.
only
Not
Dhanishta.
really.
Only
We have
Dhanishta.
seen, no. Dhanishta can be this extreme or that extreme.
Okay, either way.
Either way, it can be.
Okay.
Mrigashira is normally bullish.
Oh, Mrigashira is bullish. 1 minute.
Mrigashira is normally bullish for Nifty. I don't know why it is so. Maybe because on the day the Nifty got instituted, moon was in Mrigashira Nakshatra.
Oh.
Janma Nakshatra for Nifty is Mrigashira.
Okay.
I don't know it is because of that or not, but whenever planets are in Mrigashira Nakshatra, market is bullish, like how it is happening now, Jupiter in Mrigashira Nakshatra.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All the very best, guys. Good luck to you. I will see you tomorrow in the market roundup class. Till then, may the Almighty Force and our Guru always be there with you.
So
Good luck.
tomorrow we'll have class tomorrow, sir.
Yes, sir. Tomorrow, market roundup in the evening after around 4 o'clock, 4:30, we will have class. Okay.
And regular evening session.
Evening session will also be there
Which day?
tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you, sir.
you.
Bye.
Take care. Good luck. Be blessed. Thank you, Pankaj.
Valga Valamudan, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.